Alright, we'll pull up here to what is called a sculpture it's an artist shop in San Felipe, Mexico. We're gonna talk to the artist behind these masterful pieces. There we go. We just wander around and look. Yeah. Some of these I would like for it. See if you just knock on the door, maybe he can show us around. I just wanted to get poked by that for a little bit. See, I'm trying to interpret that one. Looks like an eagle beak over, well, it looks like an Indian, huh? An Aztec. An Aztec. Knock, knock. Who goes there? Okay, I see. Yeah, these ones are unique. Some marble paint. Like this is. I would imagine this to be a very expensive.
I'm sure.
It can be.
We're looking for a piece about 1 foot, about a 1 foot. If we like it, we'll make an offer.
Why that specific dimension?
Well, we got a specific spot.
Oh, okay.
Like in your room?
Living room.
This is interesting stuff. I would like to hear his inspiration behind some of these pieces. It's a picture.
Yeah, it's two Hollywood.
This one?
Hello there. How you doing?
Hi, we were just saying, we came back.
Got some guests.
Hi. I hope you don't mind with us coming in.
No, not at all.
No. This is my granddaughter, this is her husband.
Namdi, Ashley. Good to meet you.
And they said they had to come here.
Hey, if it's okay, I'd like to ask you some questions about some of the inspiration behind
You're in the
it.
middle of taking video.
So, when did you start with with these?
Long time ago.
You've always been into.
No, I started the very beginning. When I was 23,
Okay.
1973.
Oh.
Did you do you specifically do sculpture or painting or
Well,
both?
the beginning wasn't any sculpture or painting.
Or
What
just
did you
anything?
do? In the
I
beginning.
did picture frames, like yeah, very simple picture frames. You know, I mean, I did like this one, I did that one, I did this one, which is pretty simple. But I mean, I did in a small scale, not, this is large scale.
Art.
So that was the very beginning.
Okay. All right.
It was it could be like survival, so to speak, because you're in the middle of nowhere, and then what?
Right.
Okay.
What's your choice? It wasn't. There was a choice. There was a choice, and then in the end there was none. You know what I mean? Because the choice was between being a rock and roll player.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was my.
Oh, you're into rock and roll as
Yeah.
well.
So
Okay.
you're an artist
Back
no
then.
matter what.
Yeah, but I didn't smoke, I don't drink, and I didn't want to be overnight and all of that stuff. So it didn't qualify with me.
You needed a way to express yourself.
Yeah, because you start learning guitar and music and so on, and then how you gonna make a living? I mean, as a profession.
Right.
I mean, not as a just like a hobby. When you do it for hobby, and then it turns out that you become an artist and so on. But if you try to make a living of whatever you got, whatever choices you have.
Okay.
Yeah.
I never went to school to start with, so no training whatsoever.
Have you always lived here in San Felipe?
No, I live here. I got here in San Felipe back in the '68.
Where were you before that?
I was a fisherman.
Okay.
In my younger days, I was a fisherman, and then I was a tourist guide.
Okay. All right.
So
You
went
do a little bit of everything.
yeah, it went from practically nothing to what you see today. And then then my media was wood in the beginning, and then I worked with wood for about 11 years.
Okay.
I work with softwoods, and then I work with hardwood, which I don't have much.
Can you show us?
Like this piece over here, that's ironwood.
Oh wow. Ironwood.
Ironwood.
Why do you call it ironwood?
Because it's like ironwood. When you chop the wood, it sparkles.
Is there a
Oh.
particular
And
tree
it
that
sinks
does this?
if you put it in water, it'll sink. It
It's
doesn't float.
it's non-porous. It doesn't absorb water, huh?
No,
It doesn't absorb water.
No.
How do you
No,
find this
solid.
type of wood?
Well, this wood is the pieces that I have here are local, but it grows in different parts of Mexico on the north side, like Sonora. Sonora has Baja California, and even in California they have a small section of towards Arizona. It grows, but it's protected.
That area is protected.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's like these canes. These canes are made out of ironwood.
Hold on to
you
it,
can
Phil.
feel. Yeah, you this way.
Oh, that is.
Is it heavy?
That is heavy. That's
So,
really cool.
And it's solid. I mean,
It's
you
very
can feel.
solid.
You can feel
Yeah.
it. It's almost like a
Strong.
stone.
Yeah,
You don't feel it like it's wood.
It's not regular wood. Yeah.
I could use that if I fired up.
How much would a piece like that go for?
This piece I'm asking about $600.
Okay.
Yeah. Because the work involved. You don't find a piece like that. You have to carve it out.
Right. Exactly. What inspires the art when you get started on a piece like that? What's the inspiration behind it?
I begin with I start painting, and some of my painting, like this one here. I mean, this is I call the music lore because he's holding a shell and playing the music. But then there's others the carry a cane, like this one here. It's a type of a shaman,
Okay.
a medicine man.
All right.
So it holds a wand as power. So from there, then I start,
Did you already understand this? Everything about like a medicine man and what symbolizes what, and I mean, did you study to understand this, or
it just comes.
it just comes to you?
It just comes to me. Yeah.
Huh?
It turns out that
Anything that works for them.
in my area, back in Jalisco, there was originally, I think there was a civilization. I mean, this is what I heard. It's a theory.
Okay.
I don't know how true it is, but the theory goes as to say that the civilization were shamans, were magicians,
Okay.
magical beings, in other words.
Oh, is that right? And that civilization dates back.
Yeah, no, it goes
Centuries
way,
ago.
I don't know, millions of years, maybe. I don't know, because the reason I find out this story was because a man that was able to see what do you call a divine
Okay. Divine powers.
Or-
Spiritual.
or
Spiritual.
clairvoyance,
Okay.
clairvoyance person. I take him to my place, and I asked him. I was going to build a house in this property that I got, and I take him. I said, "Can you come and see what you see here? Tell me what you see. See if this is a good place to build a house." So he told me, he says, before those mountains appeared, there was a civilization.
Oh wow!
Of magical beings.
And they settled out here.
Yeah. And so he says it's been a long time, and the only so he says that the base on what I'm telling you is that over this area we have what we call witchcraft, practicer,
Okay.
and that is the ashes of those beings being here.
Did they pass down their
Well, they
practice?
It's been so long, that
Right.
that is gone.
But
Yeah.
their energy is still here?
Yeah, the energy still. That's what he told me. So from then later, years later, when I start painting those. As you can see, are very colorful.
Yeah.
Most of them, like this other one, this piece right here is very colorful. And
Just looking at it, it looks. If I get this feeling right off the bat that there's a lot of spirituality going on here.
Yes, definitely.
yeah,
And
yeah.
it means something.
I have a friend who's able to read the symbology,
Okay.
and he always tells me, I
What
don't
did
know.
he tell you about
Because
this?
I just paint. I don't know what they're talking about or what I paint, but he reads all the symbols.
But it's your art, so it's you have to have
Just
known
feel it?
something.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just like again, like you're working on when I work on a stone, I can't. It's very hard to tell the stone what it's going to be.
You just start.
You just look like a rough stone that don't look like nothing, and so you start, looking at the stone, and finally it appears. Like the face on the corner over there, it took me 5 years to discover what was in it.
Wow.
And it's hard because, for instance, if you don't have the proper tool, which I didn't, so you hit it with the hammer, and the hammer bounce back. How you gonna start?
Okay.
I mean, so that you start thinking,
Yeah.
Yeah.
how you gonna do it, and what is going to be.
That's really interesting that you don't know what it's like a blank canvas.
Yeah,
You don't know what it's going to look like.
A big piece of paper. What are you gonna write on?
You
Yeah.
let it reveal it to you, and then you just
then you start.
Do you have to go through any rituals or routines or
No, I don't.
You don't
do any
meditate or
rituals.
something?
I just feel like doing what I wanted to do, and that's it.
okay?
I don't have like expectations. Like, okay, I'm gonna make this so beautiful, and so this and so that, so I can make a lot.
It's not money. That's
That's not my. That is not my goal. Or get famous or this or that. I mean, from now that you're recording that.
You're about to get famous.
Well, I mean, somebody's got to do it. Some along, before I'm, I hope they do before I'm gone. So,
Can you tell me what they said about when who you said interpreted like your paintings and whatnot? What are the symbols? I'm very curious, especially about this particular one. Do you remember?
well, I don't know. It just, like I said, I start doing something, and it's like an experiment.
Right.
Because I really don't know what I'm doing.
You don't know what you're doing?
No, I'm not. I mean, I play with the paint, and I play with the forms, and it's like each one, this is different than that,
Yeah.
because you can see a technique.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, the technique on that is one, and this is a different one. So I'm just experimenting. I call this one the pack, like
The pack.
two people,
Two higher beings
two
together.
higher beings got together and say, okay.
Oh, I see. They're shaking
Yeah, I see,
hands
I
through
feel
That's
the.
why they got their hands like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have names for each piece?
Huh?
Do you name each piece?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes I do, but then I forget. So yeah, because each time is different. But the idea that I started searching the bright colors was because I had a feeling that you can be healed by the colors.
Oh, yes.
I mean, the character, for instance,
Yeah.
you know, the character and that as a shaman, you know, and being a shaman, he heals,
Right.
whether you want it or not,
Okay.
because of the colors. The colors go, you know, the image, and that's how we perceive, you know, with the eye.
A lot of
they say
colors.
that the eyes are the window of the soul.
That is true.
Yes.
So when you see
Okay.
that automatically, it doesn't heal your physical illness.
Well,
It
like
heals your
yours.
mental illness. You know, which
Your
we're not
spirits.
even aware of it
Right.
in most cases. You know, we think that we're fine.
But you know, there's something about these primary colors that are very appealing, and you know, the red, yellow, and blue, and green. When you see them, it's very attractive.
Yeah, but that was my idea when I started making these bright colors.
Okay.
I know that a lot of people don't agree with it, because most people, when you get a painting, a lot of people wanted to have a landscape, a forest, or so on, you know.
Yeah.
Something to relax, and these paintings, I don't think, for a lot of people, it's not a relaxing
It's
thing.
not common.
It's something that you start thinking.
Yeah, I think it's
But
more
that's what it's
thinking.
supposed to be. But some people don't want to be healed.
It gets attention and people
Yeah.
start pondering, what does this mean?
So that's the effect that should be.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think
It should
so.
make you think.
So if he does that, then that fits my purpose, because that's what I
Right.
intend to do.
What about this? That one-eye piece. What does it mean? Or can you give any history or background on it?
Well, like I said, you know, it was a stone. It was a stone that it was so hard. It's granite, you know.
Okay.
But among the stones, even though they look the same, they look the same color. Some people say, "Is that soapstone?" Because you know, soapstone color is very popular in that color.
Okay.
But I said, no, it's not. Unfortunately, it's not soapstone. It's granite. And people that know that between granite and between soapstone, you can scratch it with your nail.
Oh.
You know, you can just do like this, you scratch it.
But you can't do that with granite.
Forget it.
Yeah.
You know.
Is that soapstone?
No, this is a granite.
Okay.
And again, you know, prices, you know, from my perspective, they're cheap,
Okay.
but depends for whom,
Yeah.
you know. And being here in Mexico is very difficult to sell at the price that it's worth,
Right.
because psychological, when you cross a border, immediately you think Mexico is cheap.
Yeah.
That's psychological. You don't
Yeah.
need to you don't even need to think to say, "Your Mexico's cheap. It's free, it's this, it's that," because you know that's a concept. But art is, you know, it's a different thing. A sculpture, when you're talking a three-dimensional thing,
Right.
is one thing. When you're talking just a flat thing, it's another thing. You know, because when you do three-dimensional, like this piece, you know, you can go with your camera all the way around. It's a three-dimensional, you know, it has a different angle there, you know,
That is
all the
true.
way around. Well, if you don't have the money, you know, there's nothing I can do about it. But I tell them, I say, you know, the real price of that piece is about 200,000, not 35,000.
Probably right. Probably right, yeah.
No, I've seen it, you know, I've seen it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not exposed anymore as I used to. I used to go to the States and, you know, I had shows and galleries and this and that. But again, you know, it's sowing the seed in the wrong place because they don't care. You know, they care to make money. I even got some of my pieces were gone. Because you
Really?
leave them on consignment and the next time you come around, the gallery is gone.
Oh wow.
And they never tell you that, okay, sorry, we close the gallery, come and pick up nothing.
Oh, that's terrible.
Say that I want, okay, I tell you, okay, I want $3,000.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say I said that.
Yeah. And I would say.
You know, No, listen to what I'm gonna say.
Okay.
And the minute it goes to your hands, and say, okay, I paid the 3,000. And the minute that you say it's mine, the piece is immediately is 6,000. Why? Because the gallery charges 100% commission, and you're not paying tax either.
That's true, yeah.
So it goes up immediately. From my hands to the owner,
Right.
it just goes raise the price.
I know. I think art is also subjective. People are willing to pay depending on how much they appreciate the art. If you really like a specific art, then you pay how much you think it should be worth, right?
Well, art is very difficult to. But a stone sculpture is the most expensive, and is the last appreciated. That's another one.
There's a couple pieces we're interested in, and I understand what you're saying. I bought some expensive art, I bought some cheap art, not real cheap, but, and I'm a little bit knowledgeable, not so much in this.
And the sculpture,
Yeah, not so much in this, I'm trying to think about own anything. I don't think I do right now, so, but we are, maybe we can walk around a little bit, if you don't mind. So, what would be your price on this? You thinking 3? Is that a
Yeah,
realistic number?
I think I have a price list that is not updated, but I go with we can go
Take a look at that.
with the price list.
How about this piece right here?
Yeah, that one is, I think, I'm not sure, but we can look at the
Okay,
list.
yeah, let's do that.
It was anywhere from 15 to 2,000.
Okay, I was right.
Yeah.
15 to 2,000.
Yeah, anywhere from 15 to 2,000.
This is
What else are we
nice stuff.
interested in?
That horse there.
The big horse
Yeah, big horse.
well, and the
And
ram.
And the ram.
That and the run. Those
Yeah.
two.
Okay, and maybe some of the art, the flat art.
Let me see if I have the list,
Okay.
and then we can look.
That's a whale
Almost gotta go and take a look.
whale fin.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure things are slow now.
The view from from across them guys they just pour it in
I know.
and make 10,000 out of it, and people collect it.
Yeah.
What is 600?
Oh, this one right
That
here.
was the horse, yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice one too.
I did this horse back in the 90s.
So you've had this a while, but it sure is beautiful.
But this piece was taken to the U.S. somewhere, which I no story. And originally when I made it, I was asking 5,000 for it. Nobody bought it.
Yeah.
And then I said, okay. So I keep raising. I got too famous. And the last offer,
Let me look,
somebody offered me 25,000.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. And I told them, I'm sorry, but it has gone up.
Are you impressed?
I like the sun. I'm impressed by the art.
Galeria Unica. Unica.
Oh, look at that. Interesting. And these are all different stones, huh? Like
They're all different stones.
gems,
yeah.
huh?
Oh, this is unique.
Interesting.
What this is my bread and butter.
Oh.
Because things started taking, they take a different turn 10 years ago. And people stopped collecting my big pieces.
Oh.
And so the only way I have been able to survive and continue my art is this.
Make them smaller.
Jewelry.
So 10 years ago I started, I wanted to do some jewelry. I normally have necklaces and, my own myself, always had. You know, I carry that with me. And so I started doing it for other people. And it's been about 10 years and I learned this other trade.
Oh, okay.
Very good.
Yeah, just adapting. Thank you for showing us around.
Yes, very nice.